Hey, what is up, everybody? Michael Crump back here again, talking about the latest and the greatest in PlayStation homebrew news and much, much more. So, just over the last day or so, we have seen this game right here, which is Asterix and Obelix XXXL, the RAM from Hiberia, as a game that has been backported. Now, this game is a 5.00 game, so there's a lot of things to unpack here. So let's just go ahead and jump over to the PC and talk a bit more about it. So it begins with this tweet over here from Echo Stretch saying, adapting the first PS5 backported game for compatibility with firmware version 5.00 is in progress. Says the current focus is on ensuring functionality on firmware 4.03 with plans to subsequently test it on version 3.00. Version 4.03 for the PlayStation 5 is what a majority of the developers and the folks that are working on this has. So if you are on 4.03, that basically means you get to play with all of these new tools, features, and games. But I still don't believe you should update to 4.03 or 4.51 right now if you're on anything lower than that. And so then shortly after this came out, we got another update that said, I extracted the leak debug package. Now, let me just back up right there just for a second. So what we're talking about here, this is the studio leak that happened a while back. So this game was part of that leak. And what they're saying right here is that they extracted the leak debug package, which needed version 5.00. After that, I backported the package files to version 4.03, and then I attempted similar steps with 3.00, but encountered failures without any backtrack. That was just to see if I could backport it on the PS5. So again, this is coming from a studio leak rather than from a disk that has firmware requirement of 5.00. Now, this is all because we can't decrypt 5.00 plus games right now. So if we hadn't have had this studio leak, well, then we wouldn't have had a decrypted version that we could go ahead and backport it to 4.03. Now, Echo Stretch wraps up here with got the audio working, and we can see this game running, and it does have the audio. I've also got the game, and I thought I would give that a quick shot here. Okay, so this is just a fake game that was installed through Items Flow. And I've went ahead and I've loaded it here, and we can go into new game, and we can go into game 1. We could change some of the different characters. And I did look at this game and it looks pretty crazy. Watched a video on YouTube. Now this is a 4.03 system. Obviously the game runs, perfectly fine. It would need obviously someone to go through it and make sure that all of the levels play and all of the different animations and cutscenes and all of that other good stuff was working. And I did want to just recap this whole video by saying, if you know of a PS5 game that is 5.00 that's, say, for example, on a disk, we just can't decrypt those right now. Don't look at this thinking that, oh, great, now we're going to be able to backport a whole bunch of games. All of these games are going to be working now. Not until we're able to decrypt 5.00 games will we be able to do that. Anyway, I hope you got something out of that. I'll talk to you on the next one. Michael.